Every February in the UK, LGBT+ History Month celebrates the lives and achievements of the lesbian, gay, bi and trans community. For Surrey Heritage, it is an opportunity to discover Surrey's own LGBTQ+ past and to celebrate its present and future. And in this podcast, we'll be looking at Alan Turing and his local connections. Alan Turing is famous as the father of modern computing and for his code-breaking achievements during the Second World War. In March 1940, Turing's device, later known as the Turing-Welchman bomb, came into operation at Bletchley Park. The device comprised a series of electromechanically driven rotors which used fragments of decoded Enigma text to calculate any matching setting of the corresponding rotors in the Enigma encoder, which were used to scramble the messages. In 1945, Turing was awarded an OBE for his war work. This also included a secure voice communications machine. However, in his personal life, Turing was convicted for being a gay man at a time when homosexual acts were illegal in the UK. Paul Backhouse, who is a Guildford Town guide and the author of Alan Turing, Guildford's Best Kept Secret, has undertaken extensive research into Turing's hidden links with the Surrey town. Documents held at Surrey History Centre, including electoral registers and local newspapers, helped Paul to piece together Turing's Guildford story. In this podcast, Paul has selected 5 Guildford moments in Alan Turing's life that tell us more about the man behind the genius. We hope this taster podcast encourages you to find out more about Turing and his immense contribution to British and LGBTQ+ history.
My first Guildford moment in Alan Turing's life took place in 1930. He is a sixth former at Sherborne School and home in Guildford for the Easter holidays. Alan's family home is 8 Ennismore Avenue, close to Stoke Park on the outskirts of Guildford. He lives here with his parents and older brother, John. For much of the holidays, Alan indulges his passion for maths and science. However, there was a very poignant reason why he now wanted to excel even more in these subjects. Alan's best friend at school was Christopher Morecambe. Teachers later described Alan and Christopher as the 2 most brilliant boys they ever taught. They both hoped to go on to Cambridge University. Tragically, however, Christopher died suddenly at the age of 17. His death had a profound effect on Alan. He told his mother that he would now have to work on his own, but would not let Christopher down. For my second Guildford moment, it is summer 1934, and Alan is now 22. He has recently graduated from King's College, Cambridge, gaining a first-class honours degree with distinction. He will shortly become a college fellow and write his groundbreaking article on computable numbers, which sowed the seeds for the digital revolution. Right now, though, Alan has something else on his mind. He is about to be best man at his brother's wedding in Guildford. The wedding took place at St John's Church in Stoke Road. Here we see the happy couple with Alan on the left. The bride, Joan, also lived locally. John and Joan Turing settled in Guildford and had 3 daughters. Alan was a regular visitor at their new home and loved to see his nieces, always giving them generous presents on their birthdays and at Christmas. My next Guildford moment is during the Second World War. It is 1941 and Alan has led the team based at Bletchley Park, which has successfully broken the German naval codes on the highly complex Enigma machine. Despite his busy work at Bletchley Park, Alan continued to visit Guildford. On one occasion he was accompanied by Joan Clark, a code-breaking colleague and now his fiancée. He wishes to introduce Joan to his family. It was apparently rather a tense weekend. But there was a moment of calm when the family went to St Nicholas Church, where Alan's mother regularly worshipped. Shortly after the Guildford visit, Alan broke off his engagement to Joan because he didn't think it was fair on either of them to live a lie. I am sure the family visit to Guildford crystallised Alan's thoughts. For the fourth Guildford moment, I have chosen Alan's love of long-distance running. The year is 1946. The war is over and Alan is working at the National Physical Laboratory in Teddington. He has joined nearby Walton-on-Thames Athletics Club and is a serious contender to represent Great Britain in the marathon at the 1948 Olympics. As the mileage from Alan's lodgings to Guildford is almost exactly the length of a marathon run, Alan practices by running to his brother's house in Jenner Road, normally on a Sunday morning. The first his brother often knew of Alan's impending arrival was the delivery of a badly made parcel containing a change of clothing. For our final Guildford moment, the year is 1952. Alan is aged 39 and has just been prosecuted for having a gay relationship. Homosexual acts were illegal at that time. Alan sought help from his brother, who was a solicitor, and visits Guildford to let his mother know what has happened. They meet at her house in Southhill, just round the corner from Guildford Castle grounds. Both Alan's mother and brother stood by him as he was put on trial and convicted. Although he avoided a prison sentence, Alan was required to undergo chemical hormonal treatment. This made him depressed and changed his appearance. His security clearance was removed, meaning that he could no longer work on interesting projects. Alan was found dead by his housekeeper on the 8th of June 1954. The coroner concluded it was suicide. Alan's funeral was a dismal affair, attended by just his mother, brother and a family friend. His ashes were scattered at Woking Crematorium. 60 years on, Alan Turing is a global name, national hero and LGBT icon. The town of Guildford and the county of Surrey should be proud of their close connections with such a great man.